How's it, guys? Welcome to my home studio. My name is Kelly, and on my channel I like to share planner videos, art videos, recipes, crafts, DIYs, mixed media, happy melon hauls, fountain pens and fountain pen ink, and sometimes a wheel for a win a lifestyle video. So if any of those genres sound appealing to you, feel free to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And without further ado, I have my Traveler's Notebook bullet journal here, and I am going to do a flip of my November setup before the pen and kind of after the pen, because today is Wednesday, November the 4th, so I have done some things in here already. If this is your first time tuning in, this is a Chic Sparrow cover in Colonel Brandon. I have my monogram on here. It's a beautiful olive green color. I love it. And she is thickums. Full on thickums. But it's working for me, and this is what I am using. This is my EDC, and I just really like it. She's getting all scuffed up and all kinds of marks on her. I even have fountain pen ink. Anyway, so she is being well loved and well used. This is a charm that I made. I wire wrapped some beads and some charms, and I just added that. I did that about a year or two, I can't remember, ago. And I reconfigured my setup here. I added some things, and then I have my task cards in these Foxy Fix dashboards. I have 12 of them, 6 in each dashboard, and 6 in here. And just for posterity, for the sake of this video, these are, I have my weekly assessment, my daily routine on, daily routine off, my monthly assessment, plan of action, and in this set I have my One Little Word by Allie Edwards. I do that. I participate in that workshop. My word of the year is consonate. I have my fountain pen routine, YouTube routine quarterly, weekly, and step and repeat recurring tasks. So these are my task cards for my bullet journal. This is my bullet journal. This is a Sumpkin. I love this planner. And I made a window there. I also have in here this card pouch and zip pouch. Here is the other end. I just have some deco and sticky notes here, and some deco here, and some clear, transparent page flags. And this is an insert from Ink Impressions, and it is Tomoe River paper. This is for 2021. It's a blank, undated calendar. I love having the 52 GSM Tomoe River paper. It's super thin, and I have a cover on it. More transparent page flags, sunflowers, Memo Me page flags, and then I made all of these. And here's another one of those. And those are Copper Nouveau gilding flakes. And I laminated them. These are covers for my pages. So I like having a variety of different ones. And I've already done a video. I have some extra paper here. And I have done a video. I use gel medium to seal this in, by the way, in case this is your first time watching. These are Allie Edwards stickers around the window, creating like a window pane, if you will. Allie Edwards card. Anyway, I've done a flip of my October, and now I want to show you a flip of my November. So this is the last one here in October, and here she is. This is it. I added in, how I did this was, I hand lettered using my Pentel sign pen. I stamped in sunflowers. And then I colored them in with Wink of Stella's, with Tombow markers, and then I used some Wink of Stella glitter marker brush pens over the top. And then around the perimeter, I aged it with Tim Holtz Distress ink. And I made this into a pocket, so just show you. I have washi here. This is Scratch and Sniff washi again. It smells really good. And then I added in a card from Allie Edwards. This is a quote by Brene Brown. And this is on soft acetate. Very super thin. And I added a 1/3 inch paper clip on it, just for decor. It says, I don't have to chase extraordinary moments to find happiness. It's right in front of me if I'm paying attention and practicing gratitude, by Brene Brown. So I just slipped that right in there so I could have inspiration right at the beginning of the month. So I used Tombows to create grass in the backdrop. This just makes me happy. Sunflowers are very fall, and I think it's beautiful. And then this, I made a little collage, and I had everything on hand. It's a travesty, really. I haven't been to Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or Joann's probably for over a year now. Yeah. And I mean, I've shopped online, but you know, some things I don't carry online. So anyway, but that's another story. So I had everything on hand. So I made a little cluster, and I used these dots, and a combination of dots and EOS 6000, because I've used these before in a project and they tend to pop off. So I put a gem here. I used not super glue, the EOS 6000 for that, and EOS 6000 and a combination of the dots for here. And this is 3D, so it actually moves. And I'll just show you. It's on a spring. If you can see that. There you go. There's a close-up view. So it's on a spring. See that? It's super cute, right? And that is what pencil boards are made for. So, because of course this creates a little bit of bulk, but I've been using my planner and it's been just fine and dandy, no problem. So, I think that this is my cover page for November, and I think it's rather lovely. I like the way it turned out, and I had fun getting creative. So, and then here we have something different. So I had some paper, and this paper is from Target, the Target Dollar Spot a few years ago, and I just cut it down to fit. It's one of those memo pads from the Bullseye Target Dollar Spot, like I said, on a magnet. And it has sunflowers and pumpkins and acorns and leaves. So I thought that was beautiful. And then I have my November 2020 calendar. I just, pardon me, I glued this in. I have a haul on this. I got this off of Amazon, the actual mini calendar. And then I have a sticker here. And I made this into a pocket. So if you want to put something all the way tucked in, you can. But this is just a sticker, and I left the sticker paper on it. This is from Hobby Lobby a couple years back. And it has sunflowers and corn and wheat, and I think that's beautiful. Then I have my cover here on my inbox, and I hand lettered everything myself. So I used the Ochre Pentel Touch sign pen. And This is open on two sides. I made this out of laminated sheets, and inside here are copper Nouveau copper gilding flakes. So I like to keep that on my inbox. And that works out rather nicely. So I have a couple sticky notes that I had left over from October. So I just migrated them over here. And then on the other side, you can see more distress. I stamped in some wheat, and then I used a Tombow brush pen and just added it so it looks flowy, more washy, and lettered. And throughout you'll see this. I distressed the edges. I used Fossilized Amber by Tim Holtz in the Distress Oxide ink for that. So I just have just a brain drain for November. And this time I gave myself 2 pages because I needed more space. Last month I only gave myself 1 page, and that just wasn't enough. So I definitely changed that to suit my needs. Okay, and then I just like to keep this on here on my inbox. And I just covered some stuff up for privacy. And then over here I have my plan of action, which are my next steps. As some of you may know, I am using the Getting Things Done method, and it's been working out really well. So I just call this my plan of action, and basically whatever your next steps are is what you add on here. So I gave myself 2 pages this month instead of just 1. Again, like with my brain drain, I just needed more space. So oh yeah. And then down here I just have my Enigma has 68 GSM paper, 384 pages. I use the Toroku Shop Enigmas for my swatching of my fountain pen ink and my currently inked up log. And my Hobonichi I use for what I'm inked up in, and that has 52 GSM paper. And then this Sumpkin has 380 pages. So I just wanted to keep that in here because since I film videos, see, 380. I repeat that incessantly, so. And this is something new that I made. It's a piece of Grafix Plastic. I cut it down to size, and I used my We Are Memory Keepers punch, my scalloped edge punch, not the new one, but the one that's been out for years before. I have 2 of them punches, the corner trumper punches, and that's one of them. But they do have 4 new ones out. So on here, anyway, the point is on here I just keep anything that's sticky that's left over that I want to use, like in a different month. These are vellum pieces. I'll show you why I have those here, and I'll explain that later. But this is good for anything, tags or whatever that you reuse. So I just added that there. So that is that spread. And then my monthly focus I have here. And then I have my one little word here. And then I did do a tip-in. This is Tim Holtz Vellum. I've been doing tip-in since 2018. And I did use clear tape to tape this in. And I used the method that I saw using a credit card to just push it in there, because when I did my original video in 2018, when I did tip-ins in my Hobonichis, my Hobonichi A5 as well as my Hobonichi Weeks, and I'll show you. It's right here. This is from, I set it up in 2018 for my 2019 Hobonichi weeks. And this is it. So I had a heck of a time, and I added these in all with washi, and then I took them out because I didn't like where they were sitting, and I redid the whole thing. And this is my planner from then, from 2019, but I set this up in 2018 because, as you know, these planners come out in advance, so that way you can set them up and prepare and plan for the upcoming year. So, I really like this one. That turned out super cute. But anyway, yeah, so I had since, also I watercolor in here, and I use the craft heated tool to dry it, and it melts the acetate. This is Planner Society acetate, so that's why it's all worked like that. But I like using the method with using the credit card to hold it in place, because it lines up better. So I have since changed the way I put it in, because if you watch those old videos, it's really cute. And I think they're two-parted videos, two different parts. And that's when I first started filming, like a couple months after I first started filming. And, you know, it's a learning curve. I just jumped right in. That's a cute one. And started filming videos. So I didn't know how everything worked. You know. And anyway, now I pretty much know how to tip in a lot better. But the point is I started doing tip-ins in 2018. So, and this is one of the planners that I did that in. I made little windows here. Isn't that cute? Very clever, I thought. So, like little wooden windows. Anyway, I can do a whole flip of this. This is of my 2019. I have my 2020. It's downstairs. I did not do any tip-ins in my 2020 planner, however. But I digress. So, this is a Tim Holtz piece of vellum, and I tipped it in with tape. And then on this side, I added this in, new, for projects. And then Faith down here. And then I added this in, that is also new. I just used washi tape and distress ink throughout, and the stamping and the Wink of Stellas, basically. And so this is my cozy fall bucket list. And I hand lettered everything myself, and I hand lettered the first one and the last one. So chai tea latte, which is something I love to enjoy during this season, and sleep in. That is always nice. But I used a Tombow, and the markers are, the brush marker is a lot longer than the Pentel. So I'll just show you one because I have it right here. This isn't the color I used, but it's much longer. So you need more space as compared to if you were using a Pentel Touch sign pen. See the difference? So you can get a much smaller line with the Pentel Touch. Then this is a different yellow. I used the ochre for this. But anyway. And I made a realistic list because I don't know about you, but I'm very busy. Most people are these days, so These are realistic things that I can actually genuinely do. So, chai tea latte and sleep in. Definitely I can do both of those. Bake an apple pie. Make pumpkin overnight oats. Make homemade applesauce. Now, that would be a weekend project. Burn autumn-inspired candles. Wear plaid flannel. Watch a scary movie, Hocus Pocus. That's more geared towards more of October, but it still encompasses fall. And I have it on my DVR, and I haven't had a chance to watch it, even though it's already November. Today is November 4th. They're still counting the ballots. Okay, so anyway, and yeah, Wednesday the 4th. They started counting on Election Day, which was Tuesday the 3rd, and today is the 4th. They're still counting as of right now. But anyway, I digress. So I just haven't had a chance to watch it. So I still have that on my DVR, and I will watch it. And I also have this movie on DVD, of course, because it's a good movie. Watch that every year. I should add on to here, You've Got Mail as well. But I don't have my same colored marker, so I'll add that when I go downstairs. Because I'm upstairs in my studio. But I really like watching You've Got Mail during the fall. All right, craft a fall-inspired planner layout. Hello. I can check that off, actually. Spend the day reading a book. Watch the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade. Curl up in front of the fireplace. When I bought this house, I specifically was looking for certain things that I knew that I wanted. And how do I put this? In this house, it does have a wood burning fireplace, and that was one of my specific requirements because I just think it's super cozy, and that's how I grew up, with a wood burning fire. And I don't prefer the gas ones that you just don't have actual logs with. And it just reminds me of when I was growing up. So that's very comforting to me. So anyway, we'll curl up in front of the fireplace. Start a fall puzzle. Buy a bunch of sunflowers. Play Scrabble, which I have my Scrabble. Do a crossword puzzle. Eat some candy corn. Again, late on the bandwagon with that, but you know, they still are selling it. Take a fall-inspired Lush bubble bar bath. I have those. I definitely can do that. Give yourself dark manicures. Change bedding to plaid linens and fall comforter. Drink hot tea with a honey spoon. That is something that I want to do more than one time. In fact, and sleep in. So, that is a realistic list to me. Because this is a very busy month with Thanksgiving and Turkey Day coming up, so, and work and just everything, you know, life is just so busy, but this to me is realistic and I can actually do it. So I wanted to keep that in mind because I have a whole list of projects for fall that I would love to do. I have that in my reference planner because I just don't have time to do it right now. So I did not add any of those things on here. All right, and then I have my work section, and I have not filled this out yet because for privacy reasons, but I did do the grid differently. So I did the grid horizontally like this, and I used a stamp set by Studio L2E. She and Allie Edwards are my top two favorite of all time stamp makers, and I have a lot of stamps. but I just love these. These have bows on them. I have the abbreviated version as well as the full word Monday, you know, days of the week. And I love these. I use my Stays On ink because it's not going to budge if I decide to do watercoloring one day, because I like to watercolor my planners as well. So, and an FYI, the Stays On with this paper, it does come through the other side. So that's why you see I made a sunflower here too, because basically it was showing this part of the sunflower that I had stamped here onto this side. So I just hand drew in the rest and went with it. So I made the grids with washi tape, this nice ochre thin washi tape here. And then I gave myself, instead of doing the layout on 2 pages for the month, that's enough for what I need that to work for. And then I gave myself a full page of work notes, and I hand lettered work notes and November. So I've left that blank now. And then I did something different. I have these very thin papers. It feels almost as thin as Tomoe River paper, and these are calendars that are undated. So instead of drawing out 4 more grids, so that's 4, 5, 6 grids, I opted to use these, and I just used a glue stick and glued them in. And I distressed the sides, I hand lettered, so daily weights, reading schedule, sleepy time, tea, so how many hours of sleep I'm getting, and my Mojo Chronicles, basically my affect again. And then I added some scratch and sniff washi. I bought this at the same time as I bought the ones from that I used on my last month's planner a few years back. My girlfriend she works at Michael's, and we just became friends because I used to shop there so often in person that I just know everybody and got to know a few people so often. And I've gone to workshops there and things like that over the years. So they know me, I know them. And anyway, so she told me about this washi, which I didn't see. So I'm super glad about that. Anyway, that's that spread. And then I added something in new this time. I have a YouTube brainstorming list. I gave myself a whole page for that. And then, ooh, let me just cover this up. I have a section much the same as last month for video ideas. And then I have my requested videos. Just added in that for privacy. And I'll take that out after I'm done filming. So those are the requested videos and video ideas. And then, oh, what else? Okay, these are unpublished videos. So I just covered that up again. I have some sticky notes that are large, a latte to do. I got these at Walmart. These are the Pen and Gear ones. You get 100 pages and they're very big. So this is like covered in writing, so I wanted to cover that up. And then more stamping. So I gave myself 2 pages this time for this. And then I have my published video section. Something I did different this time is I didn't actually date it. So when I publish a video this month, I'm just going to add the date in, or whenever I have it scheduled to be published, add that date in, and then the video for when it's going to be released publicly. And more washi. And I did that on the bias on an angle. So 2-page spread this time for this. And then this is my wellness section. Last month I called this my self-care section. So I added in the hand lettering here. And then I actually used a Waffle Flower Co. stamp set that I just got off of Amazon. And, oh, I'll show you that because I haven't hauled it. I'll show it in a haul at some point. And basically, it has two different starts. It has a Monday start or a Sunday start. So since doing this, and I do this in increments, and after I discovered that the Stays On ink runs through to the other side of the page, I decided to stamp out the stamp on vellum, cut it out, and then adhere it to the page. So last month, I had my grids like, let's see, where is it? Here, like this. So self-care. And then I just X'd off what I did. And I didn't like the way these dates ran into each other. So for this month, I thought I would just utilize, this is a Zig Clean Color Dot marker. It has the circles on one side, and then it just has a regular marker on that side. So I have mind and soul on one page, and I have body on the other page. So these are on vellum, and I just adhered them to the page. So I figured I could just go in just like that, as easy as that, and just, today is Wednesday, add in a dot for what I have done. It's a tracker, basically. And I can see it better this time. So I really like the way that looks. So you get the idea. So mind and soul, and this works in tandem with my reference planner, my half letter disc-bound reference planner. So mind and soul and body. So I have 4 categories under mind and soul. Faith, growth, learning, and expression. And then underneath, I put faith, growth, learning, expression, hand-lettered. And then I wrote in, like, read every day, and then do my before bed routine every day, growth. And this is a different kind of reading. Read inspirational book, learning. I have doing my one little word, my expression, get creative, etc. And for body, I have fitness and skincare. And again, I just gave myself a few examples under fitness, under all these categories. For body, it's fitness and skincare. So walk and create and implement a skincare routine, a new skincare routine. So that's that. Not something new, and I really think I'm gonna like this a lot better. And like I said, like, this was an afterthought, because I go in and I just hand letter all my sections that I want. Then I go in and I do stamping, and then I go in and add washi tape or stickers and then I make my grids, and then I color in if I have time. And then this was an afterthought, so that's why, which was good, I decided to put the stamps on the vellum, so that way it wouldn't run through to the other page. So, and then I have my grateful for section, and this time, last time I did leaves for that section, and this time I'm doing messy circles, and then I put the date. The first is here, the second, and the third. So today is the 4th, so I'll add in today's later. So what I'm grateful for, and again, 2-page spread. And then this is my menu and groceries. I did this differently as well. So I only put 1 space in between what I have here in the days of the week. So this is a traditional, true Carol Ryder bullet journal list. And then I gave myself, so I didn't skip space like I did in the previous month, basically. So menu and groceries. So I just have a whole list, and I had started a list before I wrote it down here and what I'm going to make, like tamale pie, things like that. And then I did a whole 2-page spread for my Turkey Day menu, and then I listed my menu and my groceries for this menu only, specifically, because, you know, that is one of the largest meals, right? It's a lot to do, so I wanted to give this its own pages, and I didn't want to get lost in the mix of this. So, and then I added a cute turkey and some sunflowers. This is a circle, and this is a different configuration, and an apple pie, more washi, another sunflower stamp. Well, actually, this was the same thing, because I had done all the sunflower stamps first, so this ran through from this page, so I just colored it in. And then I did another new spread. So this one's called Let's Go to the Movies, like from Annie. And when I say that, I mean at my house. By the way, let me just reiterate that and be very specific, because yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't even go to Michael's. You think I'm going to go to the movie theater right now during this pandemic? It's just not going to happen. It's just not responsible. So anyway, that's what I mean by that. So I just made it like a theater, you know, and I used this scalloped washi. Anyway, so my plan for November, I have a couple of other things on here, but basically it is all about Jane Austen. It makes me feel comforted. It's just a cozy theme, her books and movies. So I have Sense and Sensibility, The Age of Innocence, Jane Eyre, Emma, Becoming Jane, Little Women, 1994, and the 2019 rendition, and the Jane Austen Book Club. And so that is my focus for this month. And then down here, these are things that are in the theaters now, because if I don't write it down, I'm going to forget all about the movie, and then I won't see it for 10 years, you know. So I added that in. And then I did another spread. This is my personal spread. And again, I used the Studio L2E stamp set for days of the week, a hand letter November, and I used washi tape for the grids. Very cute. And this is Election Day here. And it's still going on here, which is today. Elections continue. This is just a Sharpie pen, because they're still counting as we speak. And then I have a little 1/3 black paperclip on the current day. So again, I use this because that's my motif, or sunflowers, for this month, and I really like that. And so I just adhered it to the page, and I cut, basically I took, this paper is larger, it's about this much larger, so I cut it because I didn't want this to be on top and bottom, obviously, and then I cut it down vertically as well as horizontally, and then I added it in right here. I don't know if you can see the break in it, but anyway. So, and then I put November the 2nd through the 8th, so that is the current week, and I used washi tape. And then I added in this week, so things I want to focus on, not day specific, but just this week. And I added that in. And then these are my days of the week, more washi. And then I used a large stamp set by Allie Edwards here for dating this time, and lettering. And then that's Tuesday, so you can see the stamp better here. I like that I needed to re-ink my StazOn ink, because that is my main ink that I always use for everything. But once I stamped this, because Monday started the 2nd, once I just want to show you something. I have the 1st here, which is Sunday, because that's just how I did it. So this is the October one. But I started this on the 2nd because that was the Monday start, so I just did it that way. But anyway, about the stamp. Once I saw what it was looking like, I just liked how it turned out with not the whole stamp completely saturated in ink. So it looks distressed on its own. So I just left it and went with it, and then I re-inked it later. And then I have another one of these that I made with the Nouveau Gilding Flakes. And this is open on just 2 sides. And I also used my scallop edge punch. And today is Wednesday the 4th. So I just add that right into my the current day that I'm on. Okay. So you are getting some after the pen, because today is Wednesday. Now, I'm not obviously done with the day, but I have a lot of things that I still need to fill out, obviously. But that is my start. And here we go. I'll just do a flip of the rest. And on this particular day, I did 2 days on 1 page. So I have the 7th and the 8th. And I use these stickies just to map out. Otherwise, it just, if you don't do it that way, I mean, you can do it any way you want, but I find it easier so I don't mess up my layouts and how I want the order to be. But in this particular time, I had it on there, and then I was like, why is that there? Because of the way I started the month on the 2nd as opposed to the 1st. And I'm like, so I took it away, and then I was like, and then I put it back, and then I took it away, and I had to move everything else. And then I was like, oh no. So I just added 2, luckily, on 1 page. Because I'm glad it didn't happen here, because that's my weekly assessment. So that's the end of the week. So that just happens to be on 2 days on 1 page. And everything else is a day per page. And this stays on very well, as you can see. Because I'm just flipping naturally. So my weekly assessment. And I just distressed it so it would stand out. And then we go into the following week. So I always title the week with what week it is, and it runs through November 9th through the 15th. And then I go into my dailies. Now, I did configure this a little differently, as you can see. Saturday and Sunday I gave myself smaller spots, and this one I have larger spots. And I used the washi to make the breaks instead of drawing it out. I think that's cute. And then I just added rubbish in on Tuesday and Friday. Those are our rubbish days. And then again, I did it like that. And, you know, I was doing this when I was exhausted, and I should have stopped, and I didn't. So some of these stamps are not perfect. Like, that is a hot mess. But these, I was, you know, fresh. So, but I just needed to get done because, you know. Now, I don't have to, like I said, do all the decorative things, but I just did. And because that adds a couple days, because I usually only do it for an hour or so, or half hour. But just straight grids you could be done in a day to do your bullet journal setup. But I knew for this month, especially it's busy, so, and next month. So, and plus I'm still fleshing out my system. So I'm seeing what works and developing new ways of doing things in here that work better, are more efficient. So this is another boo-boo. So I accidentally stamped the 23rd here on this. And this is my weekly assessment page. So I just used one of these and I adhered it to the page and covered that up. So, and then here's another week. So here's the 23rd, Monday. And rubbish day. I already filled in rubbish day for the whole month, because that's not going to change, hopefully, anymore. Due to the pandemic, we've had some changes, so... weekly assessment, and I love the wheatgrass with the sunflowers. And this is my monthly assessment. So that was the final spread. And I'm glad last month I had it in the wrong spot, so I just went with it. And this time, so this was my monthly assessment here. And then this is the last actual week of October. And it was supposed to be here and not where I have it. So this time I got it right. And then I had another just light bulb go off. So that is not the final spread, but that's fine, because this is still within November. I wanted to have a someday maybe list in this bullet journal because I did not. I'm doing the Getting Things Done method by David Allen, and I did not want to add everything to my brain drain. My brain drain is just a stream of consciousness, just writing everything that comes to my mind. Okay, so I did not want to add it to my plan of action, which are my next steps. So, and I found myself doing that. So these are my next steps. These are things I do want to accomplish. But I needed a someday maybe list. So I call mine Perhaps One Day. And then I put 3 little dots. 3 little circles. So I have some things covered up for privacy, but I've already started filling this out, and this is great. Now I have this also in my my half letter reference planner. I'm going between my Louis Vuitton and my Levenger, and the Louis Vuitton accommodates 1-inch discs, the Levenger accommodates 1.5-inch discs. So I'm trying to flesh out what I want exactly. So that's still up in the air. I'm going to use both of them, but for other things, I think I want to go back to the 1-inch disc though. But anyway, I'm floating back and forth and reconfiguring things with that. So, but the point is I have a someday maybe list, and I have changed it since then to Perhaps One Day. So I relabeled it in my reference planner. This is just the shell. I have that. My actual reference planner is downstairs right now. So that's why it's so light. But I definitely wanted this in here. So, and that's working out good. Because the Getting Things Done method, you have in that system by David Allen, you have a someday maybe, my Perhaps One Day maybe, Perhaps One Day. So, and a plan of action, which are, he calls next steps. So that all works hand in hand. And I really found myself needing this in this planner and not just in my reference planner. So, and then I have my layouts tentatively set up for December, all laid out. And that is the final look so far of my November. Now I will go in and show you a completed look when I'm completely done with this month and doing after the pen shot as well. So that, my friends, is everything. And I like the way this turned out. I'm glad I'm back in a bullet journal. I am been very, very productive, and this GTD method, getting things done method, is really working for me. So I am very pleased about that. So that, my friends, is everything. If you liked what you saw, feel free to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And I thank you ever so kindly for watching. And I wish all of you folks a very lovely day. And I hope this inspires you guys and gives you guys some ideas on how to set up your bullet journal. Whether you're in an A5, a pocket, a ring setup, a disc bound setup, it really makes whatever makes you happy and whatever works best for you. But the system itself you can put in any planner, even a happy planner, happy Nietzsche, that you are utilizing. So I wish you guys all adieu. Peace out.